Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Figuarts Standard Super Saiyan BROLY full power version from the new movie Dragon Ball Super BROLY. And this is a model kit, it's not an action figure, so for those of you that are unsure, Figuarts Standard are basically entry-level model kits, which turn out to be kind of like action figures, but they're still essentially hollow and not made of action figure type plastic and don't have any paint and that kind of thing. So that's what this is, and it might be, for some of you, a suitable replacement for the SH Figuarts BROLY, which is coming out fairly soon. This is cheaper, not significantly cheaper though, so keep that in mind. Anyways, there's some cool stuff about this guy and some stuff that's not so great, so let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about 24 centimeters to the top of his hair, which makes him pretty close to 9.5 inches. So it's probably reasonably scaled with your Figuarts if you wanted to use this as a replacement for the upcoming release, like I mentioned. Here is the standard Goku. So size-wise, that's reasonable, I think, for BROLY. So if you wanted to, it'll work. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it as an alternative because, like I said, it's a relatively low-end model kit compared to an action figure. You're not going to be anywhere near the same detail. So as far as aesthetics go on this guy, there's zero paint. The only differences you'll find in color are molded plastic or stickers. And that's fine, typically speaking. The stickers actually work surprisingly well on this guy, even though they may not fit perfectly like the X1 here. All the scars are stickers, and they work really nicely on this guy, surprisingly well. And that's because they're made out of good sticker material, like the ones you see on the higher end, like master grade model kits. And that's fine, that's good. However, they decided to make this piece right here, there's a piece here and a piece here, these big, ugly, really shitty stickers, and they are really, really, really shitty. And they're front and center, and they look like shit. So that destroys the look of the figure. Now you can paint it instead, but that's a pain in the ass. They could have easily just given you 2 extra pieces to snap on there, slight design change, and it would have looked so much better. But these stickers destroy the entire look of the figure if you keep it as it is. As it is right out of the package, that is. That's a problem. Everything else I can get by because that's how it's done, but that is just really, really poor design. So because of that sticker, this guy only gets a 6 out of 10 for looks. If you're not going to count the sticker and you don't mind model kits in general, which I'm assuming is the case, that's how I'm going to count this, it gets like a 7.5. It's otherwise pretty good looking. The hands, the fists, not having any sculpt work in there, also not cool. That's a bummer. But otherwise, he does look pretty good, and I'll give him that. Okay, so as far as accessories go, we have 2 total faces. We have 1 yelling face and then 1 really yelling face. And then we have 2 fist hands and 2 gripping hands. And then we also get 2 alternate faces, 1 for Goku, 1 for Vegeta. If you have those model kits, that's good. If you don't, they're useless. So accessories on this guy, 7 out of 10. There's no blast effect of any variety or aura or anything like that. So that's it. Now, as far as the articulation goes, like I said, it is a model kit, so it does some things really strangely, and some of that's good and some of that's bad. So the neck is on a hinge, essentially. You can lean it forward and back pretty well, or at least forward. You can't really lean it back too far, but that's good because he's tall. That'll work. There's a ball peg for the head. So you can pose the head pretty nicely, really no problems there. For the shoulders, you're connected on a straight peg so you get your full rotation, and as far as the hinge goes, watch what happens. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see. Watch what happens. That piece tucks in on the shoulder, which is just really weird, and you end up with a big hole there. Why'd they do it like that? Why didn't they just do a regular hinge? That's really, really weird. It's not terrible in terms of functionality, but it's talk about over-designing something for no reason. That's just really, really unnecessary. Very strange. Then you have a butterfly joint, which brings the muscles out with it. That doesn't make it look better. I don't get it. I mean, I get the concept, I guess. If you're looking from the side, it's less noticeable, maybe, but that's just weird. I don't like that either. Very strange. For the bicep swivel, it's just a bicep swivel. Double jointed elbow is pretty standard, and a ball peg for the wrists. You have a ball peg for the torso. Well, it's technically a double ball peg. It's kind of gappy. It's very gappy, but it works. So, kind of. It leans back really far, so that's a thing. It leans forward, barely. Side to side does work a little bit. Rotation, a little bit. For the lower torso, you get essentially just a waist twist, which is okay. Nothing special there. This piece doesn't move. This guy's on a hinge, this guy's on a hinge, and this guy's on a hinge. So it's usable. Nothing impressive. This is just thin plastic, so it's not the best looking thing, but it'll do. Again, it's a model kit. So the hips on this guy, there's a hinge into a ball hinge, and if you tuck the leg in properly, you can get it out to the side pretty well, so that's good. But the legs cannot go straight down effectively without popping them out to the side first, which is kind of hard to see, but you have to kind of spread his hips out, and then you can bring his legs down. Because of the severe sculpting that they did, it wants to stand like this, and it's kind of awkward, so it's not great. And the legs pop off very easily. So as you can see though, you do get a thigh swivel there. And you get a single jointed knee, which is ugly, and it only gives you 90 degrees. And then for the ankle, you only get a side to side hinge, which is really, really weird. But I guess they did that because of the way the legs are sculpted, and they always want to stand funny. So that's very strange. I mean, there's a ball peg on the foot where it connects, but that doesn't really afford very much anything. So you only get this side to side hinge. Very strange design for the ankles and hips and shoulders. And frankly, unless you're buying these model kits because you like building model kits, I would not recommend this as a replacement over a Figuarts figure, even though it's cheaper. Articulation on this guy gets a 6 out of 10 for the weird things and things that don't work well. And so, final verdict on this guy, as a model kit, a very entry-level model kit, it's okay. But as a collectible type of item, I just don't see the appeal. I don't see the value. Even if you're into this sort of thing, it's just not that good. They did weird stuff with it. That big sticker in the front's terrible. The sculpted hands are terrible. The ankles only going side to side is terrible. The other things are just weird. So I guess he has shiny hair, so that's a plus. But otherwise, everything just wants to fall off all the time. I don't like it. Total rating 5 out of 10. It's worse than the sum of his parts. It's just, don't get it unless you really have no choice, and then I guess it's okay, but otherwise just buy the Figuarts. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you didn't like this video, well, you should probably watch more of my videos until you find one that you do like. And if you're not subscribed, you should probably do that, because I have new videos out just about every single day, so make sure you come back for all of that good stuff, and in the meantime, keep collecting.